There's a minimum age for certain political jobs. How would you feel if there was a maximum age limit?
Yes. But many believe it takes a 70 to 88 years old to make decisions in a world that's rapidly changing. They've had their eras.
And you wonder why things haven't changed for many.
I disagree with any minimum or maximum age limit. People should be able to vote whoever they want to.
Term limits maybe.
Sounds good.
I always thought government needed some young blood, and by that I mean folks who didn't protest their
Wright brothers plane.
The problem with term limits is that it encourages short-term thinking and planning.
As
an average law-abiding citizen would feel great about it. Which is probably why there isn't one. Good at people like politicians or prime ministers aren't just doing their job at almost 80 for their ego. Not saying all of them do, but just some.
I don't feel that someone who isn't in touch with modern life should be in control of our
livelihood. Would definitely support that. Old mother truckers are ruining countries.
Okay and good about it. Generational decisions should not be made by people on their way out in life. I don't think there should be a max age.
But I think there should be a greater effort to have a more diverse amount of age groups in politics.
That way all age groups are represented.
Max age 75.
You can finish your term but cannot run again.
That's a good 10 years past retirement age.
Which I feel is fair.
Would a private company touch a 75 years old for anything? Could we maybe just have entrance exams? Make them public, put them on CSPAN.
A better option would be term limits. Well, it would keep certain turtles out of politics. I don't like people deciding my future who aren't going to live long enough to see it. It gives me reason to believe that they don't have my best interest in mind. Politics should be like any other job. Retire at 65, eliminate the old boys club, and get some younger people with fresh perspectives involved in government.
No. If the people want a politician to represent them, then they should be able to vote for that person. Really, 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 really.
Really, 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 really good. I'd be a lot happier about that than the minimums politicians should have to live to see the consequences of their actions.
Overjoyed.
There should be a max age limit. There should be a required retirement age for all jobs.
I'm more concerned with term limits. If there was term limits, then politicians wouldn't constantly be trying to retain power by any
means necessary, because they'd know their job is temporary.
I always get downvoted for saying if you're old enough to collect Social Security, you shouldn't be
governing. It's not about ageism. It's about a developing society.
The minimum needs to go away. For sure.
I'd personally like to make the max age a year younger than Biden.
But in all fairness,
everyone who can vote should be able to run for anything.
It would be nice if they had a young house and an old house and no law could be passed unless both houses agreed.
Definitely needed. Term limits would solve this problem, but I'd be all for it. But either term limits or age limits are both very unlikely because they make too much sense and we
can't have nice things in government. No, we just need to stop voting for them. Both are equally stupid.
I think it would make sense.
There comes a point where you get too old to be able to do jobs that require a lot of thought, which most political jobs do. Relieved. Given the shit show produced by our gerontocracy, I'd feel pretty damn good about it.
What we need is term limits in Congress.
I feel that term limits for politicians would be preferable to age limits. There are too many career politicians regardless of party affiliation. Settle for a term limit.
The Founding Fathers wanted citizen servants who would do the job for a bit then leave. They did not envision conniving,
graft-focused
career politicians. I understand we have a law that restricts age caps. But seriously,
there is no reason that someone born in the 1940s should be making decisions for the current generation. I think there needs to be a maximum age. Why are 75-plus-year-old men planning for the future of the country
when their future is in a brown box in the dirt? I generally approve, but Betty White is 99 and I'd vote for her for God at this point.
Yes.
Newer generations know the problems their generation is facing. Age limit 60.
That's my proposal.
I think it's a necessity at this point.
If everyone agrees that a candidate is too old to run, then they'd just not vote for them.
Would love it. Old boomers are refusing to share any of the power and making decisions that benefit them and screw over everyone else cause they kick the fucking can every time. I want term limits,
not age limits.
We need to end politics as a career choice.
Serving in the legislature should be like jury duty. And term limits. 2 is enough and would probably resolve this issue you pondered.
I don't think anyone over retirement age in the US 66
should be able to have a federal political position. At least limit amount of time a person can serve.
Watching the GME hearings and our politicians are too damn old.
We should not have a president in their 70s.
There is such a thing as too old and out of touch.
Especially when the average American is 30 to 40.
You mean like Congress? I'm all for it.
Number 80-year-old needs to be in Congress for 45 years. Age and term limits. You shouldn't be able to order for the whole table when you're about to leave the restaurant. I heard that somewhere.
I think it should apply everywhere.
Term limits would be better.
If the young can't run for higher office, the old shouldn't be able to either.
What about no age limit at all and let people decide?
As a foreigner,
I find it bizarre that someone of Joe Biden and Donald Trump's age is allowed to be president of
the United States. Ditto for unlimited Supreme Court tenure. 75 should be the limit. Same for judges. Cognitive ability after age 75 is prone to deterioration, sometimes rapidly.
Yes, especially for something like president of a country. Number 70-year-old with failing health should run a country.
I would prefer term limits to age limits. The Senate in particular needs term limits very badly. There should be term limits for every political position.
Okay.
Don't forget to share, like and subscribe for more content.